Hey everybody, it's Irene with BrainStormAcres, and obviously, I'm in the greenhouse. And the noise in the background is Henry clunking around, closing up the back of the truck and getting a couple things done. So anyway, Rufus is busy running around because he's excited about the noise that Henry is making. So, life has marched on and vegetables are growing. We are currently starting to get some very nice broccoli off of, in case you were wondering what that was a shield bug. Actually, that was a stink bug, which now stinks because I squished it. Anyway, we are starting to get some nice broccoli off. This is sweet stem. And you see what I mean about the cute little heads? They're just like individual things that pop out of here. We've done one harvest before this. And I'm just doing the ones that are getting close to opening because I don't want them to open. They're totally edible if they're opened, but these plants each started, there's 3 plants in here, and they each started with a single center, probably about 3 times that size, just the center, and I chopped those off, and now they've each got several little centers, and from the base of each, where like this, I just cut that off, there's 2 more coming out there, and it'll be the same thing here. When I cut that off, there'll be 2 more below that, so the process sort of multiplies as it goes on. Make sure I take that in tonight. Very pleased with the progress in here so far. These were the kohlrabi that were munched out by the rat. These are obviously the original ones that were not eaten, and these are all the new babies. They're doing great. The original ones now have bulbs on them that are size almost a quarter now. So, actually this one is bigger than a quarter. That one's a little bit smaller than a quarter. This is the new pak choi that I planted. More radishes. The slurping as Rufus. He has a thing of water over there he's always allowed to eat. Drink, rather. Spinach. We have had, I don't know, 3, 4 spinach salads so far. Maybe 5. Very pleased. Our lettuce. We've had stacks of lettuce salads already too. I only have, let's see, there's 3 Nancy plants and 2 Adrianas. I think that's just, yeah, there's just 2 there. But we're getting enough leaves off these a couple of times a week for a nice salad. This is more pak choi. This one is, these 2 are kind of funny. I decided I had a whole stack of empty space in these buckets, and it always kind of bugs me to have to water a big bucket just for, a silly little plant. So I decided that I wanted to have more radishes because Henry really enjoys his radishes. And the original ones that I have had planted, I've just now been completely harvested off as of 2 days ago. Yeah. So, but I had planted a few radish seeds in each of these pots, like 3 or 4. This pot has 2 things going on. It has a purple cauliflower in the center here, which was damaged by the rodent but was not killed. And it has what I believe to be, well, I would say it looks almost like, I was thinking it might be a sweet potato, but I'm not sure. I'm going to have to wait and see what actually finishes coming up there. So I don't know. I'm expecting a few random things like sweet potatoes and potatoes to pop up. This is mostly cabbage. My thyme is doing really well. Thrilled with that. And these are pak choi. So we're really happy with the stuff that I had planted early. It's doing very well. The sweet stem is the only thing that is currently harvestable in terms of broccoli, and I should take a peek again. I haven't looked for a couple of days. This is cabbage. I think this is all cabbage down here. Yeah, I have a random collection of seedlings coming up in the buckets that I did not plant. It's old seeds, and it's mostly husk cherry. There are a couple of spots where we have something else random coming up. In a couple of the buckets that are over here, there's a couple of flower seeds that have come up, and I actually have to look them up. I recognize the leaves as being flowers, I just don't remember what they are. So what happens is when we have seedlings that don't come up in a seeding tray, I just dump that soil into a bucket. And once in a while, you get a random seed that comes up, 5 months later. It's kind of exciting. We've had some wonderful calendulas that way. Had a nasturtium come up that way. I mean, it's kind of funny. These radishes are doing super well. I could actually pick a couple of these tonight if I wanted to, but I'm going to let them get a little bit bigger. So, very cool, very pleased. And Rufus has to be close to me. You have to let me step over you, dude. I don't want to step on you. So, I also planted a bunch of seeds the other day, which I showed on YouTube. And for a while there, it was pretty touch and go. We were not happy. I did not put I had the seed mat underneath it pretty quickly, like the next day. But this seed mat the heat mat is not working quite right. It only gets up to about 70 degrees, which is fine. For cabbage and stuff, it's great. It slows the process of germination for things that are more temperature sensitive, like tomatoes and peppers and stuff like that. I have told myself I might get around to fishing out another one of the seed mats. I never did. However, the seedlings are up. So it's not perfect, but it's getting there. So I'll tell you what we have. And they're just seedlings, so it's nothing that exciting to look at. But we currently have... None of the lettuce has come up in here. That's always an iffy thing. But Thai basil's up. The two first things that came up was the Thai basil and the basil. And for a while there, I was beginning to wonder if that was going to be it. But we also have a dill plant up. We have 2 shelbies, which is a tomato. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rosy finch, which is a dwarf tomato. Those plants will only get about 12 to 18 inches high. We have 2 red robins. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Amanda oranges. That is ridiculous, by the way. Those were old seeds, so I planted double in. It looks like they all came up. My hocinators, I currently have 4 plants. The things that haven't come up yet is Bella Rosa and my peppers, which is Mamma Mia Rosso. So I'm hoping they're still going to come up. Wait a minute, I got to find out what the dog is chewing on. What are you chewing? What do you have? What are you chewing? An irrigation knob. No, we don't eat irrigation knobs. He's been scooting around under the tables the last couple of times I was in here. When it was super hot, he scooted around under the table because he discovered it was cooler under there. But the last couple of times we've been in here, he has scooted around, I think, because we probably have a lizard in here. We usually have at least one rather large lizard that lives in here. But anyway, back to seedlings. I'm thrilled. This is finally getting going. It's a little behind the curve in terms of where I'd like to be, but, I am just not going to twitch about it at this point. I am going to water everybody again tonight. But other than that, we're good to go. Yeah, I am happy. I'm happy. It would have been nice, like I said, if things had started off a little faster than they did. I'm pretty swamped as is. Rufus takes a tremendous amount of my time right now because he's very fussy about a lot of different things. Lord, what is he into now? Rufus, what are you doing now? What are you doing? You've been doing good the last couple of times you were in here, and all of a sudden you're going to be a naughty boy today? Nobody's in your mouth. What are you going under there for? Let me pick that up. Let me pick that up. Excuse me. If you drop anything on the floor in the house, the greenhouse, the studio, or anything else, he will find it and he will chew on it. Anyway, he's like a toddler. He's effectively a toddler because he's socially retarded in terms of his development. He did not get any socialization or life experience before he came to us. So he's having to learn about all the things you do and don't do. And he's doing better. There's a few things we need to work on. We have a very good sit and down, and we crawl well now. Our come is pretty good. Our stay is a bit iffy, and our sit stay, like a long sit stay, is non-existent. So I need to spend time on that. But I'm working towards an event right now, and I have multiple custom orders that I'm trying to finish. So yeah, a little busy. So be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because obviously we're going to be doing a ton more. I need to plant flower seeds. I did order some more this weekend. I went to, and this is kind of a message for seed and plant people. One of the seed and plant companies has been beating me over the head with ads that I need to come to their online shop and buy stuff. And they've been sending me catalogs too. So I looked through the catalog. I found several things I was interested in. We're looking for some more drought-resistant perennials that we can put into a specific bed that will do a really nice show but not require a lot of fussing with or water. I went to their website, and they're practically empty in terms of what they've got. Now, I'm happy for them in the sense that means they've sold well and all that kind of good stuff, but I've just wasted my time spending time with their silly paper catalog, which did not have a blasted index, which made it hard to go through. I hate catalogs that don't have indexes. So I went back to a couple of my previous companies that I've bought unusual flowers from, Park Seed and Harris Seed. And I picked up, because I have all my standard stock stuff from Johnny's and Haas Tools. My sunflowers, my zinnias, marigolds, all that kind of stuff. But I'm looking for odd things that are harder to find. So I went to Parks and I went to Harris and I picked up a bunch of stuff. So there should be a bunch of stuff hopefully arriving in about a week or so. And very excited about that. So I am going to be dragging out the large trays, seeding trays. I think they're 162s, and planting, 162 flowers. So, because that's what you do. So, something to look forward to. We're also going to have asparagus for dinner tonight, because we're starting to get quite a bit off, so we need to eat it. So, until next time, bye. Oh, and be sure to keep brainstorming, because obviously we are.